We're John and Lisa, and we're spending 70 days eating our way across Asia. After our alternative Christmas exploring temples and eating in Siem Reap, we jumped on a 5-hour coach to Cambodia's capital, Phnom Penh. We decided to turn our 3 nights here into an impromptu food tour with some legit Khmer, Chinese and Japanese dishes on the menu, as well as cocktails and craft beer. A little later in the video we'll show you how we got here from Siem Reap, followed by our onward journey to Sihanoukville port. We haven't been doing this for very long, so if you enjoy our content it would really help us out if you could like the video and subscribe to the channel. But first, let's head into the Phnom Penh rush hour.
So rush hour traffic that we picked up. It's just gone 6 o'clock, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is
It's getting on for 6:30.
this is the busy time, I guess.
Yeah, this is the rush hour. Sorry, this guy knows what he's doing. He's cutting through it.
Well, quicker in the tuk-tuk than taxi, right?
Oh yeah.
Alright, after being stuck in that mammoth traffic jam, we finally arrived in the night market. It's got like a funny little seating area here for food. It's like floor seating. Interesting. It's very warm, and this stuff's obviously been sort of sat around, so I'm not really that keen. Plus we want to get to like a restaurant to try fish amok, which I still haven't had. So I kind of saving myself for that.
As well as the big food area that didn't really tempt us, there was live music, plus stalls selling all the usual gear tourists need in Southeast Asia. Namely, elephant pants, fake sportswear, flip-flops, bucket hats, etc. The prices were good too.
Right, so this is an interesting stretch of street food. There's a lot of different things. There's some like grilled fish here. Salt baked fish. Or these sort of skewers, wings, dessert. It's quite a lot of these rotisserie, like chicken, rotisserie. This one looks like duck spinning around.
Vendors tapping and choking the guts up, not too different from street food in the UK.
Yeah.
If you want names, we'll put some links in the description. No, we won't.
Yeah. Some buns, fried chicken, fruit shakes.
Despite the many environmental health violations, we regretted not getting any food here. We were getting hungry, and the restaurant we planned on visiting was totally full of other Western tourists. So we thought better of it and walked to another place on Lisa's list to try their fish amok.
Okay, so we trekked all the way down to Romdeng, and it's a bit of a disaster really. It's only just gone 8 o'clock, and they kind of look like they're closing, but they're not, I don't think. I came here to try the fish amok because I found it was in like a listicle. I looked at the menu and I was like, oh, they had like a breakfast menu that was just in Khmer. I was like, okay, maybe it's not a tourist restaurant. Came here, tried all the fish amok, and they're like, oh no, that's sold out. That's sold out. That finishes at 3 p.m. So I didn't know that fish amok is actually a lunch dish, but there we go. Learn something new every day. Then I tried to order the spicy pork belly, and that sold out too. And so what we have is grilled chicken. So not too bad.
Looks nice.
And then we got mixed stir-fried vegetables, which is also a bit of a disaster because John is allergic to cauliflower and doesn't really like peppers either. So we should have really got the broccoli, but there we go. We ordered a larp as well, which hasn't arrived yet, but I think it's coming. But yeah, I wanted to get like the traditional food dishes out of the way on the first night, and then we would be free to maybe eat some like Chinese tomorrow or whatever. But
we haven't really managed it.
No, we haven't. So we're going to be looking for fish and amok again tomorrow. But on our walk around the sea, I have found some other places that we could potentially eat at, feeling like Chinese dumplings and noodles.
Yes.
Akon, yeah.
There's
And this is the big block. Looks alright too, to be fair.
Yeah.
The restaurant's pretty reasonable. It's sort of like, I think this chicken was like $2. All the dishes are between sort of $2 and $3. So like, yeah, looks okay.
Yeah, looks fine.
Fancy.
Despite some pretty odd service and the fact that most of the menus seem to be sold out, we were happy with the food we eventually got here. Tasty and good value. But if you're going to come, maybe do it before 8 PM. Day 2 in Phnom Penh started with a very familiar sight, us shoving dumplings into our faces. We were on our way somewhere else for lunch, but there's always room for a few dumplings, right? Well, we think so anyway.
So the menu's only in Chinese, but I was talking to the guy because he can speak Cantonese too. And he's from Wuhan, so I think the good things to order are like the Wuhan specials, like the dry fried noodles and stuff, because that's like a Wuhan speciality, so they must be pretty good. We just came in and pointed out the pictures of dumplings, like the xiaolongbao that we like.
Yeah, we saw xiaolongbao and we thought sold.
Oh, both sides.
Hey.
And yeah, he's just steamed those for us now.
So these look different from the Cantonese ones. These look more like the sort of steamed bread. So.
They're like yeast.
Right.
What's the word? Yeast leaven dough as opposed to the thin sort of.
Interesting.
It's a bit like if you have like a chassu bao, which is like the sort of thin bread wrapper.
Yeah.
So these in China, when I travelled in China many years ago, you could get a hold of these for like 10 yuan, which is like a pound.
The choice of condiments is something that we often overlook, but we're a big condiment fiends, so like Lisa's mixed up some chili oil here.
So
some of the black vinegar.
Yes, xiaolongbao generally you eat it with like vinegar. But we like spice, so I added a bit of chili oil in there as well.
Some of you might be annoyed by that, but that's your problem, not ours. Okay, so
I try and get one off without it being destroyed. I hope it's not gonna like kill the inside of my mouth.
maybe take a small bite.
Not really soupy because it gets absorbed, but
Yeah.
it's nice because it's like soft and light.
Nice.
Pan fried one's good too.
Yeah, the pan-fried dumplings are here. The thing I like most about this is it's got a nice sort of crispiness. And a nice chewiness. And your verdict?
Yeah, very good. Nothing to complain about with either of these. We prefer the pan-fried dumplings just over these.
The filling was a lot better, the taste, there was a lot more different herbs in it as well.
Was nicer.
The wrapper was
This
very
one
nice.
in the last one I did get a hint of ginger in there as well. So.
Yeah.
But overall needs a little seasoning, but I seem to be saying that a lot, so maybe that's just my
Yeah, overall I'd probably say like I'd give the xiaolongbao 3 out of 5 and the pan-fried ones maybe 5.
Yeah, the pan-fried dumplings were really good.
So overall it's 4 out of 5 for me, pretty good.
Yeah, I think like it's nicer to support some of these more independent businesses opposed to some of the other restaurants you see are like obviously big, massive money corporations. So like, and also I came to help a bro out because he can speak Cantonese, but you know. Yeah, I told him he should get an English menu printed as well because that's going to encourage people to come in more and know what they're ordering.
So we'll leave a link to the Google location of this joint, so if you're staying in Phnom Penh, pop down here with some dumplings in the morning, you won't be disappointed.
For sure.
So it was time for lunch proper, and finally some of that legit Khmer food we've been banging on about, although no fish amok yet. This is Sophath, near the Royal Palace.
Okay, so we are in a restaurant called Sophath, if that's how you can pronounce it, to have a nom ban chop. So this one is the nom ban chop. And to get something different, we got the chicken curry as well. So it looks like you get rice noodles in it. This one is like the traditional, it's like a fish-based curry, isn't it? Lots of lemongrass. This one we ordered just to be different because I saw it on Google and it looked alright too. Looks like you get some blood tofu in there as well. Don't be afraid. It's just protein. We got a tray of greens and pickles, limes, chilies,
And some
some
flowers.
sort of flowers.
Eating in its natural for me, first off.
We've actually had this on breakfast buffet, but that was in a hotel, so we thought we'd come to somewhere that's a bit more street side, if you know what I mean.
This is more herbaceous, it's got more about it.
It's got really nice lemongrass notes in
Yeah.
there. It's like a thinner broth, but then there's like sort of, not pulp, but you know what I mean. Almost like sort of smashed up paste on top, like sort of gingery lemongrassy.
Yeah.
Really nice. I'm going to try this one. I'll just dip the spoon in it. It seems quite sweet in comparison. Yeah, very sort of cinnamony.
These are very different from what you get in Vietnam. I've got no idea what any of these herbs are.
Yeah, we're just going to have to like guess with the herbs. Just throw them in, I reckon. Hoping they're right for both dishes, but like, you know, it's just greens. What does it taste like? It's almost like a bitter parsley. These yellow flowers taste like pea flowers.
Yeah, they do.
It tastes like pea shoots, basically.
Yeah, that's definitely what they are. When you eat the green base.
Yeah, they kind of look like pea shoots.
Yeah.
So this feels like the first authentic Cambodian meal we had. We did have the lot char in Siem Reap restaurant, but that had like a poster, like a CNN travel recommends thing, so it kind of felt a bit contrived, but there were locals eating there. But this one like kicked ass basically because like the flavor's really good. Like this one, is it the nom chop bun? It was good, but for me it was kind of overshadowed by the chicken curry, and I know that sounds really basic, but the flavors in that were really good. It was a little sweet, sort of cinnamon forward, kind of reminiscent of like a mussel, similar-ish, like coconut.
Yeah.
And spice, the sort of sweet, warming spices. So I really enjoyed it, but it was good to have them together because it kind of like a foil for the other.
And it was a very mild spice level until I accidentally got one of these fellas in my mouth, and let me tell you, that is seriously hot.
Well, yeah, they're hot. Oh yeah, Cambodian food's hot if you want it to be.
Yeah, we got loads of veg. We haven't even used half of this, but really good. Like the pea flowers, the pickles are good. Like Lisa says, the curry was the star of the show. But I also really do enjoy this dish.
That's a good dish, no doubt about it.
Traditional breakfast noodle dish, apparently.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, this place isn't even like far out the centre. It's just near some of the big monuments. So we'll leave a link to the location in the description. And yeah, recommend you come down here and check it out.
Yeah, definitely. It was a good find, definitely.
For dinner that evening, we decided it was time for some yakitori, just down the road from our hotel.
Right, so we ordered a couple of sets. This one is like the adventure set, I guess, because it's got like, meatball, chicken and scallion, chicken cartilage, pork rib, which was, I think, pork belly, and gizzard, chicken gizzard. This one is a mix of, duck, pork, chicken, and quail egg. Yeah, and then I ordered chicken tail and chicken heart as extras because, I like that. That one's meatball.
Alright.
So they asked if you want salt or sauce, so we weren't really sure what the sauce is like, so we've gone salt on this one and sauce on this, but I think it might just be like a little bit sweet, like a bit like teriyaki or something like that, yeah. Looks good. I'm looking forward to this because we haven't eaten any Japanese food at all. Obviously, we couldn't resist getting some of the fried chicken as well. It didn't say karagi, but it said fried pepper chicken, so it smells very fragrant. I presume it's like sort of Kampot pepper. I need to buy some of that at the market tomorrow, definitely. Right, this is okonomiyaki. We got this standard one that's with pork as well. Looks pretty nice.
They had lots of different styles. They had Hiroshima, Okonomiyaki, which looked kind of more bulbous. Not really heard of that one before.
Yeah, I had like two or three.
This is the Osaka style.
Yeah, this is the sort of traditional Osaka.
Yeah.
But there were sort of two or three options, but they had the Yakataki as well, right? Well, looks nice. Yeah, the skewers are going down nicely. I think a lot of them were like pre-cooked and then just warmed up because they're not actually that hot, but it's still a nice change, nicely cooked. But I guess it's just like a case that they get busy on a Saturday, so they do a lot of mise en place. Okay, last few skewers. There's one chicken wing, chicken tail. This is for me, and this one is chicken hearts. See, these ones took a lot longer to come out, which showed us that we're right. The ones that came first were pre-cooked and then warmed up in the back. Whereas I guess if you order everything a la carte, most of it is going to be cooked to order if it's not on the set.
Yeah, great.
So I think the hack, if we were to come back here, would be order a large of the fried chicken because it's superb. The okonomiyaki is okay, but to be honest, the one that we make at home is actually better. But I mean, I'm always going to say that. Yeah. I mean, exactly. I'm always going to say
the
that.
The ones I've eaten in Manchester from Osaka local are also quite good.
Yeah, but I think they could definitely have more cabbage in them and more of the yam, but it's quite sort of like filler, if you know what I mean. But anyway, still pretty happy with everything. Yeah, that fried chicken was... That fried chicken's killer. John's had about like 3 pints by now, but that didn't mean anything.
I think you'll find it's only 2.5.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, we had a good meal. I'd say like solid 8 out of 10, you reckon?
Agreed, yeah.
Yeah, it was good change of flavours. And, yeah, it's a little more expensive. It's what I call like a foreign food tax. Whenever you go somewhere you eat food that isn't food of the country, it's always a bit more expensive. But this was not too bad.
Well, let's quantify it. By no means is this expensive by the standards of people watching this video.
Of course not. Like the set of skewers was about $6, so that's like literally like $1 a skewer. And then the a la carte stuff is between $1 and $2 each as well. So yeah, it's fine. We'll maybe spend like $20-$25 here, but fine. What would this cost at home? £100 maybe?
Yeah.
70 or 80 maybe?
Yeah, and as I was saying, like if we'd gone to like a Japanese restaurant in Soho and queued to get in, and I got this kind of food for that money that you just said, like, I'd be pretty happy with this.
So overall, yeah, I would recommend.
Especially with that fried chicken, and especially with those heart skewers.
The heart skewers, the fried chicken, and the chicken wings, they were all like really good because
they're all 10 out of 10
because they were cooked from scratch. Whereas the other stuff that were from the sets, the reason the sets are cheaper is because they've got them all pre-cooked and we warm them up.
Yeah,
they were still good. We're picky as hell because we work in food, but they were good. So yeah, if you fancy something different, definitely something I'd recommend.
Would eat here again, especially because it's raining and it's about 150 yards from our hotel.
There's that too.
Win.
How was the food? You like it? Yeah, good. Okay. Thank you.
Round off the night, we headed to Odin Bar. Tucked behind an unmarked door, it's a speakeasy, but not one of the lame ones that's just about gimmicks. This place is legit. Inside you'll find a serious wall of over 500 bottles with countless whiskies from all around the world. And the old-fashioned? Easily one of the best of my life. No theatrics, just properly made, and at $6 to $10 for cocktails, it's phenomenal value. They also serve some highly rated Japanese small plates, which we'll be trying if we ever go back. So that was the end of a very calorific day 2 in Phnom Penh. Now let's show you how we got here.
Right. Morning. We are on the Giant Ibis, leaving at 8:45. It's 8:20 now. They just made us get on, so make sure you arrive sort of half an hour early.
When it departs, though, who knows? But yeah, they were pretty keen to get everyone to board.
Yeah, this is supposed to be one of the better buses. It's got aircon, there's like a power socket.
So it's going to Phnom Penh, and it's supposed to take 5 hours and 29 minutes. That includes a stop off for lunch.
Lunch stop, but we've bought our own provisions just in case. This is what the bus looks like. Pretty standard, really. Nothing flash, but lots of leg room.
Yeah, lots of legroom, pretty comfortable. It's got Wi-Fi. It's got...
Allegedly, we'll see if it works.
Well, let's see if it works, yeah.
And there's a power socket there.
Yeah, there's a power socket, if that works. It's got AC.
Yeah, that
definitely
does
works.
work, which is good news.
So if this is good, we might go on to Sihanoukville on another one of their buses.
This is a lunch stop. We're probably not going to eat in here because we've got our own stuff, and well, I've heard that the prices are a bit tasty, but we're going in, get out the sun, have a look.
The prices are tastier than the food.
Totally.
If you're buying giant ibis bus tickets in Siem Reap, make sure you do it on the official website or call into their office. A tuk-tuk driver took us to a third-party travel company where they tried to tell us that all the buses were sold out to try and scam us into paying for expensive transfers. But luckily, we didn't believe a word of it. And Lisa's found
something worthwhile in here.
our favourites.
6,000 for this, for this. This is like taro flavoured.
So a taro and a durian lolly. We haven't tried the taro one, but the durian one and the red bean one were really good.
The red bean one.
The red bean one.
Some cola one.
That.
Some sort of milk one.
What I need to say is that walls in Europe really need to up their game.
I've got some interesting dried squid snacks that look good as well.
There we go.
Oh, it's nice and smelly. A bit icy.
The durian ice lolly.
It's definitely smelly and pungent.
I couldn't believe how authentic to durian they taste.
Yeah, it just tastes like frozen durian pulp or something like
Yeah.
that. Which I guess it is.
Prior to this
I guess
trip,
they blend it with coconut milk. It's got coconut on there as well. But obviously the durian overrides that.
prior to this trip, I'd only ever tried durian ice cream once in the UK.
Didn't like it.
I did not like it. But I do like durian, and I do like the Wall's ice lollies.
It does depend a lot, I think, on the variety and the ripeness of each individual fruit as well. So I'd say we've been pretty lucky. All the stuff in Vietnam was very good.
But that tastes quite natural to what durian tastes like, whereas what I remember in the UK was quite maybe like if durian was a crisp flavour, like it's an approximation of flavours. Let's have a look at the taro then. I'll take care of this one.
There you go.
Oh yeah.
So, got like a coconut outer on the top. Coconut. Haven't got through to the other bit yet.
So coconut on the outside, taro on the inside. Sounds like a good mix.
Coconut's very good. Okay, so we made it off the bus and into a Grab tuk-tuk to Duong Chan Hotel. Yeah, pretty nice. Not quite as bougie as the last one, but it's okay. Quite a big bed. Like a desk area, which we made a mess of already. Decent sized TV. Wardrobe. Bathroom. Walk-in shower cabinet. And a tub too.
Oh,
Yeah, this is supposed to be a superior double, but I'm not sure about. It's not really a superior view. Building looks sort of derelict, but the curtains are closed on that side.
After breakfast on our third and final day in Phnom Penh, unaware that it's actually a big chain, we mistakenly went to Paris Baguette for a coffee and pastry. We were the only non-Koreans in there, which isn't that unusual in Phnom Penh, and everything was well presented and looked really good at first glance. But upon closer inspection, it's mostly just smoke and mirrors. Despite being priced for the UK or US market, the coffee was from a machine, and the pastries, they were okay. Were they better than the ones we got for free on the Giant Ibis bus? Probably, but that's a question. Next we headed over to the central market for a little shopping. As you can see though, this market isn't just a place to shop. Step inside and you're immediately under a massive Art Deco dome, and you can basically buy anything you might want. We were on the lookout for shirts, Kampot pepper, sandals and exotic fruit, but even if you're just casually walking around, it's worth coming here if you're in the city. As you'd expect, there are also a lot of food options nearby. But I'd give these a miss if I were you. The market was also where we found some of the most eye-wateringly expensive durian of the trip, so we got some mangosteen instead. As if we weren't shopped out by now, we got a tuk-tuk straight from here to the Russian market, which is just a shortish ride away. Apparently in the 80s, a lot of Soviet expats used to shop here, and the name just stuck. The building isn't spectacular like the Central Market, but it feels more real, and the prices were largely more reasonable here. It's another interesting place to walk around, whether you're there for buying or just people watching. After all this walking around, we'd built up quite an appetite, so it was finally time, yes, it was finally time for us to try fish amok. But maybe not quite in exactly the kind of place we had in mind? Let's see.
So we're in our second tourist joint serving Khmer food in Phnom Penh. Probably wouldn't have come here, but we wanted to try the fish amok dish, which is
to the Russian market.
which is eluded us so far. This place is connected to the Russian market. Most of the clientele are fellow English people, so interested to see how this goes. But the drop here is nice and cheap at $1.50 anyway, so not the end of the world.
Okay, the fish mock has arrived. It's not exactly how I was expecting it to look, because I think it's supposed to be like a sort of almost like a fish paste set in the little basket, the leaf basket. But yeah, it's whole pieces of fish, so yeah, looks like it should be tasty.
It looks nicely presented.
Yeah, it does, definitely. You want to try a bit? Try a bit each. Yeah, it's like sort of fish curry, I think. Oh, it's pretty nice.
Yeah, it's pretty tasty, yeah.
It's like
Quite subtly flavoured.
fish and sort of coconutty curry sauces.
So Lisa, as I described this place as a tourist restaurant, it's only fair that we tell people what the fish amok was like.
It was actually really tasty. I enjoyed it. Didn't have anything bad to say about it. Fish was nicely cooked. It was tender. Sauce was nice, like coconut, sort of lightly spiced, almost sweet, I suppose.
Yeah, a little bit sweet.
Yeah.
Nothing for anyone to dislike there. Yeah, if you're staying in the area of the Russian market and you want some nice, like, well-presented food, it's probably a pretty good place to come to.
Yeah, it was a good dish. Enjoyed it.
Yeah, happy. It surpassed our expectations.
Yeah, that's always a good thing.
So although we enjoyed this meal, it's fair to say that we didn't manage to find an authentic fish amok in Phnom Penh. So, if you have any recommendations on where we can find one next time, or you can tell us how the dish should be prepared, please let us know in the comments. There are quite a few craft beer bars in the city, and most of them seem like a bit of a rip-off, but we found one that wasn't, and we visited it more than once. It's called Botanico Craft Beer Garden.
Came here yesterday. It's quite good value. Looks like a proper pint. Looks like half a litre. And we had 2 of those yesterday because today's Saturday, but Monday to Friday they have happy hour 3 till 6. You get 30% off. So like 2 almost pints costs us like $6.66.
Yeah. Whereas this is $4.75 US.
But still much better value than some of the other bars, or craft bars around here. I think the main difference is they actually brew them on site here.
Yeah, I've got to say this is the Slash Juicy IPA. Not bad at all. It's 6.4%.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, it's on the sweet side, but it is a juicy IPA, and it does what it says on the tin. I'd be happy to drink it.
Preferred it to yesterday's American Pale Ale.
American Pale Ale was more astringent. It wasn't really to my taste.
Yeah, it wasn't that good, but yeah, it's quite nice atmosphere. It's this sort of garden out the back.
Having said that, I've had a lot worse beers from UK breweries than that APA.
Yeah, I got coconut because yeah, Not a big drinker, really, but sometimes.
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers! Okay, so for dinner we are in this restaurant, which is Kungfu Kitchen, I think it's called. So I looked on the menu online, and it had some like good items like dumplings and like mapo tofu and some like Beijing style noodles with beef. And I was like, okay, this place looks all right. But then actually when you come in, it's like the majority of it's like a hot pot restaurant. So most people are having hot pot.
So
But we haven't.
Cardinal error here of going to
Yeah.
a restaurant and ordering something different from everyone else is having.
So we haven't ordered hot
Never a
pot.
good idea to do, but we're doing it now, so you don't have to.
And we're going to see what it's like.
I also ordered this, which is a milk beer. I didn't know what it was going to be, so I thought I'd order it, and it translates as lactic acid bacteria drink. Which might
It's basically like a sort of fermented like yogurt drink, I think, but it's fizzy and it's thin, so
it's kind of a cross between like Yakult and cream soda.
yeah, well, something new. Okay, so we've got the crispy pork strips, right, barbecue beef noodles, and the veggies with garlic. Right, these are Sichuan pork dumplings. This comes with a set, so it's like pork belly with these. Pork arrived. It's on a little clay burner thing. It's very nice. The noodles are good. They've got really good chew to them. That's not actually lit or anything. That's just for
I
appearances.
didn't think so.
No. To be fair, like we've ordered non-hot pot food in the hot pot restaurant, and everything's pretty good.
So in the end, this meal was fairly decent, and we especially enjoyed the barbecue beef noodles. But all the same, if you go to a hot pot restaurant, you should order the hot pot. Phnom Penh is an underrated food city, and it's well worth a visit. There's also a lot to see here, from impressive temples, palaces and monuments, to the haunting Tuol Sleng Genocide Museum, also known as S21. It was a former high school turned into a prison by the Khmer Rouge in the late 70s. An estimated 17,000 people were killed after being imprisoned and tortured here. Horrific.
Hey there, so we're just waiting in the hotel lobby for a bus to take us to Sihanoukville. Well, a connecting bus to take us to the Giant Ibis bus office and then onto the main bus. So hopefully we should reach Sihanoukville by about, what time is it at least?
I reckon about midday, I think. Well, I checked on Google Maps, it's about 3 hours, but obviously they are insert stops, so maybe about 4 hours. But we're staying in one of their partner hotels, which means we get a free pickup, which sometimes is worse, because now we're sat around waiting, hoping it will turn up in time.
Yeah, personally, I kind of prefer to just get a grab tuk-tuk and then we could have had breakfast in peace and stuff, but...
Yeah, well, we thought of that after, so here we go, here we are.
But we used the bus to get to Phnom Penh from Siem Reap, and that was decent, so fingers crossed for this one. So here we are on the bus to Sihanoukville from Phnom Penh. Well, hopefully it's not quite clear cut, but our bags have been put up.
We got picked up in the hotel, and then like there was people going to other destinations in the hotel too, so it stopped somewhere, which isn't actually a bus station either, but anyway, we've been told to get on.
I'll show you just in case you have to do this journey. I don't know if you can see that, but it's a Royal Group headquarters and a cell card 4G office. This is not, in fact, the Giant Ibis
It's not
station.
the Sakura Avenue. It's not that far, but it's not the Sakura Avenue stop that it's supposed to be. But as to whether we go there as well, who knows?
So I definitely recommend if you're off the hotel
Yeah, because if we hadn't, then we might have just taken the Grab to Sakura Avenue without checking, and then like who knows what would happen, probably have to take another one. But to be fair, we're usually always early for these kind of like eventualities.
Yeah, well, the bus seems fine. The power plug's held together with duct tape.
It's a bit older than the last one, but the aircon works, and it's not like 6 hours like the last one. It's about 3, I think. We'll find out.
So, despite a little confusion before we left Phnom Penh, Giant Ibis got us to Sihanoukville on time, and we definitely use them again. All we had to do now was find the ferry company office and get on the boat. Next stop, Koh Rong Sanloem.